Hello and welcome to the next Sheffield United match preview. This is going to be Fulham versus Sheffield United. It's a 7:45 kickoff live from Craven Cottage, and it's also on Sky Sports Football and Main Event. So if you can't make it to the game, you've got everything. You've got everything you'd ever want. And also, we are doing a watch along. So I'll let Hal talk about that in a little bit. You've got me and Hal. Anyway, let's bring up the members on screen, and we're going to say a big thank you to everybody on screen right now. If you want to become a member, all you've got to do, where it says subscribe on your desktop if you're on laptop, or if you're on Android, you'll see a join just next to it. Helps us out a hell of a lot. It's £4.99, and you'll be supporting the channel. Anyway, let's get straight into obviously the preview. The preview sponsor, because the thing is, we've been blessed by Sky Bet's EFL Rewards because they're sponsoring every preview show throughout December on the Sheffield United Way channel, obviously. So let me get into it because it's absolutely fantastic. I've been doing it, Hal's been doing it, Bobby's been doing it, everybody's been doing it. So during December, Sky Bet EFL Rewards are giving you a chance to win a boatload of prizes this December for absolutely nothing. All you need to do is download the app. The prizes in question include Football Manager 22 codes, Puma EFL match balls, which I've seen one. I absolutely love the EFL match balls this year. And you can even win the cost of a season ticket. And all you need to do, like I've just said, is download the EFL Rewards app, play their predictor game, and get a chance to win all of those amazing prizes. All you got to do is get the correct results, not score lines, result, because this is what I always tripped up with when I did the Super 6. Couldn't get those 3-1s and 2-0s and stuff like that. So all it is results. So I've downloaded it already. I've been playing it every week and not doing that well. Anyway, it's down in the description right now. All you need to do is click the link, download it, and see what you can do. Also, you can spin the wheel, and all you got to do is check into a match when you go to a match, or if you're watching a match on the telly, check in, spin a wheel, and you can win prizes. Anyway, Hal, how you doing, mate? Welcome to the stream.
Oh, hello. Yeah, very well. Better for seeing your face. So how did you get on last weekend?
I think it's best not to talk about that because I did really poorly. I've done poorly the last couple of weeks. It's not as easy as you think.
Absolutely,
it's really not. It's really not. Anyway, I'll quickly show you the video before we get into this because, yeah, it shows you everything on the screen, what you need to do. Oh, we're back. We're back. I always have a nice little dance to that tune. It's an absolute banger. Little boogie. Anyway, last time out. Not last time out. That's what you're doing. When the last game that we played. Anyway, I'll make Hal go away. And I will quickly talk about the Cardiff Sheffield United 3-2 victory. I'll just pick out a few points. Morgan Gibbs-White had the game of his life. I think he's starting to really shine even more under Heke. It's another one of them where we're like, please, Wolves, don't take him back because we absolutely love the guy and he's playing out of his skin, especially in this newfound kind of right-hand side role that he's kind of been playing but also kind of hasn't. So it's nice to see him linking up with Didsey and also linking up with Sharp and all the like. It's just brilliant to watch. I thought it was nice the fact that we broke down a 10-man Cardiff because it's not hard. It's not easy to break down 11 men sometimes, but 10 men can sometimes be even harder. So I was absolutely buzzing about that. Obviously, getting a win away from home and scoring 3 away at Cardiff, Hal, that doesn't happen a lot, does it?
Not in my memory. Fantastic to see. I love goals.
Also, do you love last time outs?
I do, but not when we're talking about Fulham. Bit of a bogey side. I mean, the Blades have only won 9 out of 35 at Craven Cottage, all by a 1-goal margin. This will be our 70th meeting. We actually do have a good record overall against Fulham, but those are largely at Bramall Lane. 30 wins and 23 losses, 16 draws. 3 of the previous 69 have seen 9 goals in the game. We've had a 7-2, a 6-3, a 5-4, which we all remember, and the Blades' last league win at Craven Cottage, 1985, a 3-2 Blades win. No, Nick, I wasn't there. Although I was alive. Last league goal at Craven Cottage, I was there for this one. Lawrence Jaffo, a 1-1 draw back in 2001. But of course, the last time at Craven Cottage is what we're talking about, and that's the 20th of February 2021. It was a 1-0 win for Fulham. It happened last season in the Premier League. We did a watch along for it. Scott Parker was their manager, and Chris Wilder, a blast from the past, remember that name? He was ours, but how things change. And the goal scorer in that game, not particularly memorable match, was Ademola Lookman on 61.
Yeah, I think that was the game where I thought that we were down because West Brom, we were absolutely battered them, and going away to another relegation struggler, I thought we were going to give another kind of West Brom performance, and we didn't. It wasn't on the same caliber. We didn't create anywhere near as many chances, and it wasn't a very enjoyable watch anyway, was it, Hal?
Awful game, and I think Wilder sounded particularly despondent at the end of that game.
Yeah, despondent. Yeah. I was going to use that word, but I'm glad someone used it anyway. Anyway, again, I will let Hal go away, and I will talk about team news because I've written down every single week long-term injuries, Jack O'Connell and Adleni Guediora, and both of them are on their way back. Guediora is kind of back on the grass, training with the lads, but nowhere near the starting 11. Jack O'Connell has recently come back to the club, and it's looking like he's on the road to recovery. He might even be back training with the lads in the next few weeks. So that is great to see. We love that. Hopefully he'll be, if he's half the player that he was when he left us, I'll be happy to see him back in a red and white shirt. Short-term injury worries. We've got Ryan Brewster, which he looks like he's still out, but at the same time, we've heard that it's not as bad as first expected. Robin Olsen, still out. And Hecky did say this week that we're not looking to cut his loan short. We need as many goalkeepers as possible. And really, we do. With what's going on with COVID and stuff like that, it's we need as many players at the club as possible. We might even see some loan lads being brought back. Also looks like Reece Norrington-Davies may miss this game. And we're not sure about Baldock. I've not seen anything about Baldock. If you know, let us know in the comments. But I reckon this is going to be the team. It's the exact same team that played against Cardiff. We've got Wesley Foderingham, League One Wes in the net. Then we've got Bash, Egan, Ben Davis, obviously. Then we've got Bogle at right wing back, Stevens at left wing back. This is a tough one because does Sander Berge come back into this side? I'm not too sure, to be honest, because we've not seen anything of him since. Well, we saw him against Cardiff for kind of like a 5-minute period, I believe. But he's certainly not got many minutes under his belt. So it could be Norwood and Hourihan again. Hourihan, obviously, left-footed player playing a side, sort of like a left-sided central midfielder. And then Morgan Gibbs-White, I think he's kind of in a floaty role. He plays on the right, but also comes inside. So I don't think it's quite the Duffy role that we expected. But at the same time, he's playing out of his socks. So let him play wherever he wants to play. And the two veterans, if you want to call them that, up top, David McGoldrick and Billy Sharp have both had, obviously, quite a long time to get prepared for this match. So I'm expecting those two to start up top again because I thought they were great against Cardiff.
Agreed. Yeah, playing out of his socks. To be fair, that's a much better saying than playing out of his skin, which I've always thought was absolutely disgusting. Yeah, I know, when you actually think about it. So well done creating that. I'm going to look at the opposition 11. Of course, it's that man, isn't it? Alexander Mitrovic that we've got to be worried about. He scored 22 league goals already for Fulham this season. That is an impressive 43% of their league tally. The hosts are fourth top in terms of number of corners won, and they tend to use their flanks well. So we've got to be very aware of balls coming into the box. And Fulham will head into this fixture with, bad news, a fully fit fit squad, as things are. Now, of course, it's a very fluid situation at the moment with COVID, so we don't really know. But Anthony Robinson, a player we were previously linked with, will be considered for a recall at left back, with Fabio Carvalho, the likely alternative to Bobby D. Cordova-Reid, to play just behind Mitrovic. Harrison Reed may have to make do with a spot among the bench, although he could return. He's been out injured, but he's now fully fit. So I actually think that Reed won't play in this one. But Rodak will start in goal. Tete, Adarabayo, that guy.
Him.
Looking forward to the watch along with him. I couldn't get the hang of his name a year ago. Here we are. Reem, Anthony Robinson, who I mentioned, Seri, Kearney, Wilson, Carvalho, Naskins Cabano, and Alexander Mitrovic, the one to watch.
Wowzers. It's a great team, isn't it?
It is a stacked team, Nick, but 4 games in a row now they've not won. So this is maybe the best time to play Fulham. Admittedly, now they've got their squad fully fit, but they've been drawing games they should have been winning.
Yeah, I would have liked us to have gone into this game having just gone and beaten QPR. Really.
The lads were chomping at the bit, according to Hecky, as well. So that was a really bad time to have that game called off. QPR with injuries as well. When we do eventually play them, you can guarantee those players will be fully fit.
Oh, definitely. But when you were talking through that team then, I was just thinking, where's Zoltan Gira and Luis Belmonte?
Absolutely. And Edwin van der Sar possibly only going to make the bench for this one. But do watch out for Barry Hales as well.
No, I don't think we need to watch out for Barry Hales. We've all seen Barry Hales. We know what he can do.
He used to play like he was dragging a medicine ball. You're right.
Yes, he did. Anyway, score predictions, Hal. I'll let you go first.
1-1 for this. I think we take an early lead. We try and hold on forever, and then they score late on. It'll be one of those ones that we go,
Tough one then, because I've wrote 1-1 draw down too.
Are you going to stick with it or twist?
I'm going to twist. I can't have the same as you, can I?
Of course you can. It doesn't mean anything.
I'm going to start going first so that you have to make a decision. I'm going to stuff it. I'm going to go 2-1 Blades win. Stuff it. But I will say this. A month ago, I'd have said that Fulham would have bashed us 4 or 5-0.
Yeah, I think under Slavisa, obviously they've been well up for it, but we didn't look like a cohesive unit, and there is the kind of feel-good factor, seemingly. Who knows how long it'll last for, but under Hecky, it's been good. It's been a really nice turnaround.
Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. Anyway, let's get into player connections. Who have you gone for this week?
I'm going to go with Oliver Norwood as my first choice for this one. Oliver James Norwood. He is born in England, but he represented Northern Ireland as an international. And of course, we know that we had him originally on loan. What a wonderful piece of business that Chris Wilder did. That kind of Lee Evans out, Oliver Norwood in, Ryan Leonard out, Oliver Norwood in. It didn't matter who left. We had this replacement ready, and he just hit the ground running. When he was on loan, 23 games, 2 goals. And since then, when he signed permanently, 109 league appearances. Incredibly, also with 2 league goals.
Yeah, exactly. Like you say, what a fantastic player to bring in and get rid of Lee Evans, because I thought when we got rid of Lee Evans, that was it. We were stuffed. We didn't have anyone else to replace him, but he definitely hit the ground running. What a fantastic player. I'm going to go into John Hawley. That sounded weird. Yeah. Started his career at Chelsea. Obviously, 25 games for Fulham. Went on loan to every man and his dog, the Blades, West Ham, Burnley. 9 games for us, 1 goal, 5 games for us, no goals. That was in the 2002-2003 season. And then 3-4, he obviously played for us and then went to West Ham. And then we signed him, 48 games, 2 goals. And I think everyone loved Jono, as everyone sung. What an absolute little hero he was. And I think the ladies liked him too, didn't they, Hal?
Not a bad-looking boy. Yeah, I'll give you a Kevin McDonald, please.
There you go, sir.
Also, a very handsome chap. He is a player that started his career in the place I was born, Dundee. 90 appearances for them. Also played for Burnley, Scunthorpe, Notts County, and then Sheffield United, 77 league appearances and 5 goals. But that doesn't tell the story of how much of a linchpin Kevin McDonald was. I decided to pick 2 players that used to dictate the play. Norwood still does. I don't want anyone to correct me on that. And of course, Kevin used to for the Blades. I was really gutted when he left. I felt like he was instrumental to David Weir's plan. And then we actually brought in Baxter to replace him, which I thought was not a like-for-like replacement.
No, it wasn't. And really, it was a bit harsh on David Weir because it seemed like he built a side around him. He was the man that, like you say, dictated all the play. And then it's almost like Chris Wilder coming in and then selling Billy Sharp. I know it's different positions, but it's your best player, really.
In terms of a talisman, I get the reference. And I think he's a very underrated player in EFL terms, Kevin McDonald's. Good player.
Yeah, absolutely. Another player that was very, very good for us, Mr. Michael Brown. What a fantastic player he was, especially in that 02-03 season. What a player. What a player. Played for us for 4 or 5 years, something like that. 147 games, 28 goals. Obviously, most of them coming in that triple assault season. He went to Tottenham after that, 50 games, 2 goals. It's a lot more than I actually thought originally. Fulham, he only played for 2 seasons, 41 games. But yeah, then went kind of down and down and down, ended up at Port Vale. But I think Michael Brown's probably a player that is quite underrated as well. He definitely had his best years at Bramall Lane.
Yeah, by other fans that never saw him with other clubs, they don't know how good Michael Brown was. Hitting volleys from outside the box, long-range shots, his passing, his control, his crossing. Let's not forget he was a left midfielder at one point, taking free kicks. Had a good long throw on him as well. People forget that. Michael Brown, he could do it all. He could do it all. And while we're speaking of handsome men, he was right up there as well.
He was a handsome man. He really, really was. But I don't remember him lobbing a ball into the box.
What, as a cross or with a throw?
A throw.
Telling you he had a long throw. I remember hearing it from a Man City friend of mine, and he obviously used to do it a lot more at Main Road because we didn't really utilise him in that way at all, as we often haven't done with players with long throws. Roger Nielsen had a long throw. Hardly ever saw it, apart from Greg Halford, who we ever really used.
I know. Well, Lee Bromby for me has had the longest throw we've ever had, but we didn't see a lot of them, did we? And really, he's massive himself. So you want him in the box, you want him to throw it, sprint, and then head it in.
Simon Francis as well. Apparently, he had a long throw, but we never really saw him. I do want to mention the referee for this one, Nick. I've constantly been refreshing to see if they've changed who the referee is, because at the moment it doesn't make sense for me for this referee to be in charge, and that's purely because he has to travel to the mainland. The referee for this one is James Linnington from the Isle of Wight, Newport specifically, and he's taken charge of just 11 games, including a game you were at, birthday match, a 2-0 defeat at Middlesbrough. So you'll remember, I'm sure, his performance there. Here's where it gets interesting. He's issued 48 yellows. He's given 2 penalties. And the reason I'm bringing this up, and I'm really worried, so far he hasn't given a single red card. No cards of the red colour for Christmas, and I want it to remain that way unless it is headed to several Fulham players.
Yeah, exactly. I'll be honest, I don't remember him that much because all I remember is us completely controlling the Middlesbrough game in the first half and them scoring 2 decent goals, to be fair. We did. We had all the ball. We just got broke on every 2 minutes.
Can I give you another problem? And if you want to see Nick's Middlesbrough reaction, click there. You're not going to do it, are you?
It's not going to be there. It's just not going to be there.
Just search it.
Do you know what? I will put it there now. Now you've done that.
Really?
I will.
Nice.
Because I'm nice like that, and you better not do that to me ever again.
Right, we're back. As Nick said at the start that I would bring it up, we are back tomorrow for a watch-along at 7:15 p.m. UK time, because I know we have viewers from all over the world. You can join us for the watch-along, and we'll literally just be relaying the action as it happens on Sky. But it's in a Blades community. If you've never watched one before, it's more fun than watching the game with got commentary from Sky.
Absolutely. Definitely if it's Andy Hinchcliffe as well.
Or Don Goodman.
Or any of them, really.
Any of them.
We are better.
I didn't say that. It's just more fun.
Yeah, it's definitely more fun. Anyway, thank you, Hal, for being here.
Cheers.
And we'll see you tomorrow for a watch along. Bye.